Week 3 is back, and I'm back, and I'm giving you the best NFL predictions of weekly matchups that you will ever find on Beyonce's internet. Last week I went 10-6. Not bad, not terrible, not the greatest, but definitely not the worst. But hey, I got the most important game correct of all of last week, which is actually the Cowboys versus the Giants. We won that game. We kind of almost lost that game, but almost don't count. Okay, we won, and that's all that really matters. So I'm coming back to give you guys some more expert picks because I'm a Cowboys fan. I can pick. I know these teams. I know football. So trust me. And I think Brandon Aubrey just actually kicked another field goal because we got the best kicker on America's team. But let's hop right into the picks. First up, we actually got the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. The Miami Dolphins are 0-2. The Buffalo Bills are 2-0. They're playing in Buffalo, New York. And I think the Buffalo Bills are going to continue to dominate the Miami Dolphins up in Buffalo and go up 3-0. And the Miami Dolphins are going to be 0-3. And I'm just going to jump out on a limb and probably say that Coach Mike McDaniels is probably going to get fired over the next couple of weeks messing around with the Miami Dolphins because it still got Tua Tagovailoa as a quarterback. Tyreek Hill is not happy. He might have gotten a little bit of trouble. So the Miami Dolphins are just a bad football team. I'm not quite sure when they're going to win, but it definitely is not going to be this week against the Buffalo Bills. Game number 2 is actually the Cowboys and the Bears. I would say I was going to go with an upset here, but we really know that America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, is actually going to defeat the Chicago Bears. I mean, they got Caleb Williams. I mean, they just had somebody that actually just got hurt on a defensive side of the ball. So that means that Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Javonte Williams are going to have a field day out there on the offensive side of the ball. So I definitely see the Cowboys defeating the Chicago Bears. The Bears are 0-2, and they about to be 0-3, okay? Very easily. It's an afternoon game, so therefore I get to spend my morning doing whatever I want to do in the afternoon. That means the Dallas Cowboys are not going to upset me in the afternoon at a 4 o'clock game, even though they are playing on the road. I got the Cowboys winning that game fairly easy. Thank you, NFL schedulers, for giving the Dallas Cowboys another bye week, even though they kind of almost lost last week, okay? Next up, we actually got the Packers and the Browns. The Browns are 0-2. The Green Bay Packers are 2-0. I'm going to do something that I haven't done in the first 2 weeks of the season. And I know what you're saying, Rich. You went against the Green Bay Packers week 1, week 2. Well, I got a surprise for you. In week 3, the Green Bay Packers are going to lose again. Okay, I'm going against the Green Bay Packers again because I believe in the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are 0-2. They playing at home. They got to win sometime. And I think this is a week that Myles Garrett gets like 1 billion sacks on Jordan Love. I think the Cleveland Browns defense is actually going to wake up. I think Joe Flacco is going to turn into Super Bowl Joe Flacco of the Ravens, Cool Joe. And I think the Cleveland Browns defeat the Green Bay Packers. And here you go again, Rich, picking against the Packers. I'm just going with my gut. I got a gut feeling that the Cleveland Browns are actually going to defeat the Green Bay Packers. So come back here next week and let me know. Next up, we got the Titans and the Colts. The Titans are 0-2, even with Cam Ward. The Colts are 2-0 with Daniel freaking Jones. I mean, who thought of that? Who thought that Daniel Jones would be quarterbacking the team and they would be undefeated? I'll go ahead and give Daniel Jones some credit. The man has actually been balling this year. The Colts have been balling this year. So, therefore, I'm going to continue to roll with the Colts. And they're going to go 3-0 over the Tennessee Titans. I would love for Cam Ward to get his first W of the season, but this week is just not it. Next up, we got the freaking Bengals and the Vikings. The Bengals got quarterback problems. Joe Burrow, the man who I said was overrated in the first 2 weeks of the season, is injured. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. He won't be back until December. I don't even know who the backup quarterback is for the Bengals. The Vikings are coming off a Monday Night Football loss. They are 1-1 and the Bengals are 2-0. So I'm actually going to go with the Vikings on this because the Bengals got quarterback issues that I'm not really too confident in a backup. And the Vikings still got to find a way to get Justin Jefferson the ball if they want to continue to be successful. So I'm going to go with the Vikings over the Bengals. Next up, we actually got the Steelers and the Patriots. All summer long, I had to hear how great the Steelers defense was going to be, how great the Steelers offense was going to be with Aaron Rodgers. And then last week, they go out and get smoked by the Seattle Seahawks. This week is a little bit easier for the Steelers because they actually got the Patriots back in New England. The Patriots are 1-1. Surprisingly, they beat somebody. I don't know who the Patriots beat, but the Patriots did beat somebody. But however, I still believe maybe in Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. I think the Steelers are a way better team than the Patriots. So I'm actually going to go with the Steelers over the Patriots and New England. Next up, we got the Rams and the Eagles. And here we go again. Rich, I don't think you picked the Eagles all year. And that's going to continue. I'm going to go with the Rams over the Eagles, okay? Last year in the playoffs, I believe the Rams actually had the Eagles beat fairly easily until the Rams just started to get real conservative and let the Eagles come back and win that game. I think it's a reverse course this week. I think the Philadelphia Eagles get their first loss of the season, and they go down against the Rams. Next up, we got the Jets and the Buccaneers. The Jets suck. 0-2. The Buccaneers, which is my underdog team of the season so far. Nobody is talking about the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 2-0. They actually just had a walk-off touchdown against the 0-2 Houston Texans, which I actually called that game. I picked the Buccaneers to win against the Texans last week. So, hey, the Buccaneers are going to roll all over the New York Jets down here in Tampa. Fairly easy. The Jets go 0-3. The Buccaneers go 3-0. Next up, we got the Raiders and the Commanders. The Raiders. Tom Brady Raiders. Geno Smith Raiders. The Commanders don't have Jaden Daniels, who's actually is suffering from a sophomore slump that I called like a few podcast episodes ago. So, but however, I think they can beat the Raiders, okay? They're going to be playing in Washington. Even though the Commanders' backup is, I don't know who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm still going to rock with the Commanders. Their defense is for real. And Geno Smith, he can kind of turn into a pumpkin on the road. So I'm not really sure about the Raiders. But I will go with the Commanders to defeat the Raiders over there. Next up, we got the useless game of the season, which is actually the Falcons and the Panthers. The Panthers are 0-2. I don't know when the last time the Panthers even won a game. Dating back to last season, I don't know who they beat. But they 0-2. The Falcons are 1-1. The Falcons are going to dominate the Panthers. No need to spend too much time on the Falcons and the Panthers because the Falcons got their game. Next up, we got the Texans, which is facing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Texans are 0-2. 0-2. C.J. Stroud is 0-2. As if I didn't call it. I've been calling this the whole year, okay? But they do got the Jaguars. And the Jaguars are just as bad as the Houston Texans. The only thing that's bad about the Houston Texans this week is actually they playing on the road. I want to believe that they can get it done because I believe they are the better team against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually picking the Houston Texans to actually defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars up in Jacksonville on the road and get their first W. That may surprise a few people. I know it is. I know, but I just believe that the Texans are a way better team than Jacksonville Jaguars, okay? Next up, we got the Broncos and the Chargers, a division rival game. The Chargers are surprisingly 2-0. The Broncos are 1-1. I'm going to go with the Chargers on that. The Chargers are still looking pretty good. Bo Nix and the Broncos are looking kind of shaky. They're not as good as people are thinking, so I'm going to go with the Chargers on that. Saints and the Seahawks. Saints are 0-2. My main man, Kellen Moore, is still over there being a terrible coach. So I'm actually going to go with Seattle on that. Seattle's going to go up 2-1. So that's the easy dub for the Seattle Seahawks. Next up, we got the Cardinals and the 49ers. Surprisingly, the 49ers are 2-0, but they did lose a quarterback, Brock Purdy, who actually just got paid. Do you see like a correlation right there? You get paid and then you get injured. Like, yeah, okay. The Cardinals and the 49ers, that's actually a toss-up game. I'm not quite sure who to actually pick. I'm not a believer in Kyler Murray, and I don't like picking the 49ers. I just don't. But however, I'm going to go with the 49ers over the Cardinals. They do kind of play each other kind of tough every time they do match up. So I'm actually going to go with the 49ers over the Arizona Cardinals. Then we got the Chiefs, who are surprisingly 0-2, and the New York Jersey Giants 0-2 as well. They're going back home to play the Chiefs are coming to the town. I'm actually going to go with the Chiefs. I'm not picking the New Jersey Giants. I mean, come on. Over the Chiefs, you got Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce. Yeah. And they mad. This will not be a week where Patrick Mahomes go 0-3 to start the season. They get back on track. They defeat the New Jersey Giants fairly easy. And the New Jersey Giants go 0-3 with Russell Wilson. Next up, Monday Night Football, we actually got the Lions and the Ravens, and that could actually be a pretty good game. The Ravens are playing at home. They both are 1-1. The Lions and the Ravens are 1-1. But if I had to make a choice, I'm going to go with the Ravens over the Detroit Lions. I don't think Detroit plays well on the road, especially in a hostile environment like Baltimore. So I'm going to roll with the I'm going to roll with the Baltimore Ravens on that. I wasn't going to re-record this after I got to the very last game. No. One shot. So I'm going with the Ravens over the Lions. The Ravens go 2-1. The Lions go to 1-2. And I know the Lions was kind of like my sleeper team all year long. But they're kind of struggling out the gate. So maybe they do miss their defensive coordinator. Maybe they do miss their offensive coordinator as well, because the Lions are turning back into the bad news Lions that only won like one game like 3 years ago. But anyway, those are my week 3 picks. I'm thinking I'm going to go perfect this week with all my picks. I didn't think I chose any controversial type picks. I don't think I went biased against any teams. Maybe the Packers, but I believe in the Browns. They got it this week. So make sure you guys tune in, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you know when I drop another video. And I will catch you guys in week 4.